Adventure Time and Pokemon are some of my favorite things, obviously. So I thought to myself, what if Adventure Time characters were gym leaders? For the grass gym leader, my choice is Huntress Wizard. She of course lives in a forest and is one with nature. I think her gym challenge would be something involving her flute. Like she plays a song on her flute and there's stepping pads that play notes and you play the pattern back. But if you get it wrong, you gotta battle a trainer. Her team would include Cacturn, Trevenant, Delmise, Lurantis, Tangrowth, and Roserade for her ace. For fire type, I gotta go with the king of the Nidosphere, Hunson Abadir. Hey, that rhymes. Kinda a no-brainer. His gym would be all fiery demons and the trainers would be demons. It basically just looked like hell. His team would have Scowvillain, Houndoom, Slazzle, Heatmore, Tyranitar, and his ace would be Magmortar. Next is water, and I gotta go with Finn. Finn kinda gives me water type vibes and his biggest fear is the ocean, so I honestly just think it was funny. If he was the water type gym leader though, his team would have Vaporeon, Simpor, Floatzel, Lapras, and Azumarill. Normal type, I was just gonna go with like a random Candy Kingdom citizen, but I definitely think Lemongrab is the perfect choice. I wanted to give him normal type because it's not very strong, and it would just be funny to see him freak out when he loses, but he just is losing because he has a sucky type. When you beat him, he'll 100% say unacceptable. His team would include Watchog, Lickitung, Smurgly, Digsbury, and Gumshoes. Electric, I think would be Princess Bubblegum. She's very anti-magic, very science-based, nerdy. Sounds perfect for an electric type gym leader. Her team would be Pikachu, Jolteon, Amalga, Bellibolt, Manectric, and her ace is Ampharos. Psychic was a hard choice because there's kind of a lot of magical psychic characters in Adventure Time, but I had to go with Prismo. His gym would have something to do with the yellow box he lives in, like you're hopping boxes, hopping dimensions, something crazy. Kinda like the Psychic Gym in Pokemon X. His team would include Claydol, Ranunculus, Rabsca, Grumpig, and Gallade. Next is fighting. I originally wrote Mr. Cupcake because he's buff and on some gym vibes, but nah, Jake. Jake's team would have Hanalucho, Hitmontop, Hamiata, Grabopolt, and his ace would be Minshao. I really feel like Minshao matches Jake, like they're just mad chill zen. Rock, I was gonna go with Mountain Man, but it sounds like an odd choice, but I think it'd be cool, like you battle like literal mountain, like, but I just went with Cinnamon Bun because I think he'd be a funny gym leader and rock types are kinda goofy. His team would include Onix, Aerodactyl, Lunatone, Probopass. For ground, Susan. Her gym would be that little underground sewer place that all the humans stay in, and the trainer of course would be the other humans. Her team would have Onix, Digsbury, Mudsdale, and Hippowdon would be her ace. For flying type, I'm going with Bananaman. His whole thing is that he wants to build a rocket and go to space, so I feel like he'd be obsessed with flying type Pokemon because like they could fly, like he just loves flying. His gym would look a lot like his house, very futuristic. I'm sure there'd be propellers, maybe the gym puzzle is finding parts for an engine, they're scattered across the gym, but yeah, very like space, futuristic vibes in his gym. His team would have Skarmory, Sigilus, Squawkabilly, and his ace would be Kilowattrel. For bug type, I feel like bug type kind of gives me awkward vibes to themselves, so I'm going with Fern. His gym would be like a grassy, like abandoned castle medieval theme. I think like his puzzle would involve jousting. I was gonna say something to do with spider webs, but that's overdone at this point. His team would include Swadloon, Scizor, Excalibur, Lotix, and his ace would be Golispod. For poison, I gotta go with Lumpy Space Princess. She got an attitude. She'd probably barely want to even be a gym leader. She got the angst of poison Pokemon. Her team would include Gloom, Roserade, Seviper, and Slazzle as her ace. The dark type gym leader is, come on, Marceline. Marceline's gym would be like a concert venue and you have to crawl through the audience to get to her on the main stage to battle her. Her team would include Sableye, Scrafty, Zoroark, Umbreon, and her ace would be Obstagoon. Ghost was also kind of challenging, but I'm gonna go with Peppermint Butler. I imagine their gym being like a very fancy dining hall, but once you go back into the kitchen, it's very creepy with like rituals and sigils like Peppermint Butler's a freak. His team would have Mimikyu, Bayonet, Poltergeist, and his ace would be Chandelier. For Ice type, Simon. I think this would have some lore to it, like he's kind of coming to terms that he's no longer the Ice King and wanted to start up a ice gym to, like, I guess cope with it or like show that he's past it, but he still has like a place in his heart for the ice. His team would have Weavile, Glaceon, Frostlass, Vanillish, Elecuse, and his ace would be Mamoswine. Steel, Mr. Mo. He uses the Steel type Pokemon to keep the Mo factory going and create more bots and inventions. His team would include Tinkaton, Bronzong, Copperjaw, and his ace would be Magnezone. Billy would be the Dragon type gym leader. His gym would be like the hideout basement area house he lives in. His team would include Drampa, Druddigon, Dragonar, and his ace would be Garchomp. And last but not least, Fairy type. The gym leader would be Tree Trunks and Mr. Pig, a sort of double battle situation going on, and it would be a bakery. Mr. Pig would use Granbull, Maywile, and Mr. Mime, and Tree Trunks would use Dash Bum, Alakream, and Slurpuff. So yeah, that's what I think. Cartoon Network, Nintendo, let me know. I can write this whole game script. Let me know if you have other series you want me to see turn the characters into gym leaders in the comments below. And huge shout out to Angry Coconut. His video about the Animal Crossing villagers honestly inspired me to make this one. So yeah, see ya next time.
She's a beast.